So together, let's take a big inhale through your nose, big breath. And then open your mouth and let it go, sigh it out. And then do that again, big inhale through your nose, fill up. Open your mouth, sigh it out, let that go. And your arms are at your sides to the sky. Bring awareness to your breath. I always like to suggest right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart, and just begin to connect with your breath. And what that does is, it makes you think about your breath, which then helps you turn your thoughts off. So it's just a yoga teacher's sneaky way of helping you to quiet your mind. So while you're focusing on your breath, I'm going to start with a little reading. The greatest heroes in life, those things in their life in order to help others grow. They give up what they want because someone needs it more. They work hard and overcome adversity. They fail for a moment, but get back up on their feet to show others they don't have to stay down. They show their loved ones that love is not proved by conformity. They teach others that having a voice is a sign of courage, and they will not stay silent to make people feel comfortable. They are fearless and will do whatever it takes to bring about the greatness in the ones they love, because doing so brings them peace. Their name is Mom. So for all you mamas out there, this morning's practice is dedicated to you. And of course, feel free to dedicate your practice, your energy, your love to someone who might need it. Or for pure selfishness, allow yourself to be selfish and focus on yourself for the next 60 minutes. So take a moment, set an intention for your practice. And then take a big inhale through your nose, fill up with breath. Open your mouth and sigh it out, let it go. And then go ahead and draw your knees into your chest. Gently rock from side to side. And then make some circles with your knees, going in one direction a few times. Keep the thighs together and just keep the circles nice and slow. And then go the opposite way. And then let your knees fall to the right. Gaze over your extended left arm. Maybe your right hand gently presses down on your left knee to deepen the twist a little bit, give you a deeper experience in your twist. And then switch everything up. Knees go left, gaze goes to the right. And again, maybe your left hand gently presses on your right knee. And then come on back to center. Squeeze your right knee into the chest. Let your left leg go long. And then bring your knee toward the outside of your rib cage. As you're pressing your knee toward you, rotate your right ankle. Go a couple times in each direction. And then just switch that up. Draw the left knee in, right leg goes long. Squeeze the knee. And then do some ankle rotations in both directions. And then bring your right knee in to meet it. We're going to start with just a little bit of core work today. Press your knees away from you. So you want to have two 90-degree angles with your legs. So keep your feet flexed. Take your hands behind your head and just lift your head and shoulders off the mat. Keep your elbows wide. Lift a little higher. Take an inhale. As you exhale, extend your right leg. Bring your right elbow to your left knee. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take it the other way. So just moving on your own, but please allow your breath to guide you. So fully exhale your twist before you inhale, come back to center. Don't rush it. You're not in a high intensity interval training class where you're going, going, going. Your breath is slow and long, controlled and connected with your movement. So if you want more of a challenge, your leg, when you extend it, is closer to the floor. If you want a little less, have your leg higher from the floor. Let's do 2 more on each side. We're going to meet back in the center. Both knees are bent. Take your arms at your sides. So your shoulders are off the floor, your feet are flexed, knees are still right over your hip bone. If this bothers your neck, please have one hand behind your head. And we're just going to have little pulses right here. So you're reaching towards your feet, your shoulders are lifted the whole time. Draw your belly button down toward the spine. And as you lift, you're exhaling, inhaling as you lower. 4 more right here, 4. And then we're going to hold it at the top right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release your head and shoulders. Let your feet come down to the mat. Press into your feet, lift the hips for bridge, and take those arms up over your head. So as you're reaching toward the top of your mat, press down in both feet, hug your thighs toward each other. Just take some deep breaths. One more big inhale. Can you press into your feet, lift your hips a little more? And then as you exhale, everything comes back down to the floor. And then as you inhale, lift the hips, reach the arms overhead, thighs draw toward the midline. And as you exhale, everything comes back down. So just do a few more of those on your own, connecting your breath with your pose. Hi, Vanessa. I see you. Everyone is muted, so if you're talking, Vanessa, I can't hear you. But good morning. Let's do 2 more. Let's stay in this last bridge. So keep your hips up or bring your arms by your sides. You're going to walk your feet a little closer and then bend your elbows. I'm going to have you press down in the mat in your elbows and press down in your feet. Thighs again, hug toward the midline. You're gazing straight up at the sky or the ceiling. One more breath. And then slowly everything comes down. Those knees hug in. Maybe gently rock from side to side. We're going to add some momentum, rocking forward and back now, giving yourself a nice massage. Boy, do I need a massage. Let's do a couple more. And we're going to meet in a standing forward fold. See if you can get there without your hands. Give it a try. And if you need them, then use them. And we're going to fold. And when you fold, allow your knees to bend. Allow your head to hang heavy and just shake the head out yes and no. As your knees are bent, send your sitting bones up to the sky and be gentle and nice to your hamstrings. Let them wake up. We're going to be doing lots of hamstring openers today, lots of hip flexors. On your next inhale, press away from yourself. Look forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold. Do that again. Inhale, look forward, get long. Exhale, fold. On your next inhale, rise to standing. Reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, draw your hands together at your hearts. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, slowly swan dive forward. Full exhale brings you all the way down. Let your head relax when you get there. Inhale, look forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, and just pause here. So in your plank pose, look at your wrists. They should face the front of your mat. I want you to spread your fingers out like you're high-fiving the floor, and then press down in both hands. As you do that, you should feel your core lift up. Keep that engagement, tuck the tailbone under, and walk your feet back a little bit. So reach forward through the crown of the head, back through your heels. This is your plank. So every time we come to plank, as we're going through our flow, find this, because we move through it kind of quick. So I want you to really feel it. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bend your elbows, slowly lower down to the floor. Untuck your toes, your elbows, draw them back, slide your shoulders down your back. Inhale, lift your heart, tops of the toes stay on the floor. Exhale, lower. 2 more with your breath. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, release. 1 more just like that. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lower, tuck your toes, press up to plank and pause. Your plank you can always modify with your knees down. So do what works for you. And then downward facing dog as you exhale. Settle into your first downward facing dog. Take a couple of deep breaths here. So your down dog, I want your fingers spread out on the mat. Your energy is in your thumb and your forefinger. Your hips are lengthening up and back. Couple more breaths here. At the end of your next exhale, look forward and walk your feet to the top of your mat. When you get there, inhale, look forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. On long inhale, rise to standing, reach your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, bring your hands together at your hearts. That was fun to watch. You guys are so in unison. I love it. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, slowly swan dive forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, and lower slow. Your full exhale takes you all the way down to the floor. Inhale, lift your heart for cobra. Exhale, lower down. Maybe press to plank and make your way to downward facing dog. Settle in here. 3 deep breaths. Keep it slow and full. One more full breath, and at the very bottom of your exhale, walk or float your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Reach your arms up overhead. This time, sit down, chair pose, Utkatasana. So quick chair check. Look down, you should see all 10 toes. I want you to lift your toes off the mat, shift your weight into your heels, scoop the tailbone under, and reach up through the fingers as your shoulders slide down the back. Yes, lots going on here. But just as in our plank, every time you come to chair, find this. So there's a foreshadow for your future. We'll have some chairs coming today. So get excited. Shift to the balls of your feet, lift your heels. We did this last week. Release your heels, exhale, sweep your arms back. Inhale, come back to chair on the balls of your feet. You can skip this and keep your heels down. Exhale, release. Inhale to chair again on the balls of your feet. This time we're going to come to standing. See if you can keep your heels lifted. Reach up as you get to the top. Let your heels come down, right arm down, left arm over the ear. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, take it the other way. Inhale, both arms reach up. This time I want you to goal post your arms. Take a standing back bend. So your heart lifts, your shoulder blades slide down your back. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, forward fold over your thighs. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, and lower slow chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart for cobra or up dog. If you're ready for up dog, come there. We're going to stay here a few breaths. So upward facing dog, the only difference is now you're pressing into the tops of your feet so your thighs lift off the mat. So nothing touches the floor but your hands or the tops of your feet. You can always stay in cobra. Shoulders slide down the back. One more big inhale. As you exhale, maybe a chaturanga push-up, maybe not. Make your way to downward facing dog. Hold it here. On an inhale, reach your right leg straight back behind you. Think back, not up to the sky. Press into both hands. It's like someone's gently pulling your right leg straight back toward the back of your mat. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, bring that knee to your nose. Plant your foot at the top of your mat. So we're in a runner's lunge. Make sure that knee is over the ankle. So move your foot if it doesn't quite get there. Drop your left knee to the floor and either walk your hands up into a supported crescent B, or maybe you keep your arms up, maybe you reach back. So find an option that works for you. I want the back toes tucked under and you're pressing into the ball of your left foot so your hips come forward toward the front of your mat. and your spine is reaching up. Shoulders slide down the back if your arms are extended. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, left hand down to the mat. Option to lift the left knee if you want, or you can keep it down. This right knee, gently nudge it in. I don't want it to roll out. I want you to hug it in, and then the right arm reaches up to the sky for a twist. If your left knee is lifted, fire up your quadricep. Really engage that left thigh. You open your heart a little bit more, and then maybe arm over your ear, get long. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, right hand down to the mat. Step back. Feel free to float your right leg if you want a three-legged chaturanga, and make your way through your vinyasa. Again, you can add in those chaturanga push-ups if you want it, or skip it. On your next inhale, left leg straight back. Press into both palms, get long. Exhale, bring that knee forward. Find your lunge. So make sure that left knee is over the ankle, and then find your crescent B. Either drop the knee, hands at your thigh. Maybe you start here. Maybe you go right with those arms up, but shoulders are down. You're pressing into the ball of that right foot so your hips melt forward, but your spine is tall. Good, you guys look awesome. Couple more breaths right here. One more big inhale. Then right hand comes down. You're gonna have the option if you wanna lift the knee. Again, gently nudge your left knee towards your right arm as you spin your heart open. Make this feel good. Engage your right quadricep. Take that arm over your, get long, and then left hand down. Step the left foot back, float it if you want as you go through your vinyasa. Pausing in downward facing dog when you get there. One more breath. At the bottom of your exhale, look forward, walk or hop your feet softly to the top of your mat. And when you get there, inhale, look forward. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, find chair pose, Utkatasana. So check in with your alignment. Weight is in your heels. So here's your option right now. You can stay in chair. You can find crow pose. If you're not sure what crow pose is, I think you guys all do. But your hands come down. You don't actually have to lift your feet. You can just play with your knees resting on your triceps. You know, that common way you hang out in the middle of the day. You rest your knees on your triceps. So you go there. The scary part is getting comfortable leaning forward. Eventually you play with 1 foot lifts or maybe 2 feet lift. You press your big toes into each other. You work towards straightening your arms. You engage your low belly. You can make your way back through a vinyasa by jumping your feet back or stepping back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. When you get to down dog, please take your stance wide. So feet toward the edges of your mat. You're gonna walk your feet a little closer to your hands. And just enjoy this nice wide down dog. It should feel good on your back. We're gonna root down in your left hand. You might need to walk your hands a little closer. This right arm's gonna come across. Reach for the left leg. Pull your body through. As you're pulling through, you're pressing into your left hand. That's gonna draw your left hip back. And just enjoy this nice twist. You should feel a nice sensation in the low back. And then switch that up. So what I commonly see done incorrectly when we teach this in class is people don't have a flat down dog hand. So make sure your right hand is spread out on your mat, just as if you were in downward facing dog, because you are. It's just one hand. One more breath right here. Make this feel so good. Really pull through as you exhale. And then come back to a regular downward facing dog. Now you may have just discovered something new, that a wider down dog feels so much better on my back. If that's what you experienced, consider making your down dogs wider than you normally do. That's perfectly wonderful. Your poses should feel good. One more breath. And then at the bottom of your exhale, look forward, walk or float your feet to the top of your mat. When you get there, inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, find chair pose. Yes, here we go. Inhale to the balls of your feet, lift those heels up. Exhale, release the heels, sweep back. Inhale, come on back. Exhale, sweep back. Inhale, back to chair on the balls of your feet. Rise to standing, go slow with control thighs. Come together toward the midline. Release your heels, left hand down, right arm over your ear. Inhale, back to center. Switch it up, right hand down, left arm over your ear. Inhale, both arms reach up. As you exhale, open your heart, lean back. Goal post those arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold over your thighs. In down dog is where we shall meet. Inhale your right leg straight back. As you exhale, right knee, right tricep. Pause and hold if you want to play with the arm balance here. Bend your elbows. Maybe it just rests. Maybe you reach forward and back. On your next inhale, send your right leg up. As you exhale, bring it across to the left tricep. You can play with the arm balance here or spin your left foot flat. Send your leg through for falling star. Modification would be right shin down for a modified Vashisthasana. Do what feels good for you. Press firmly down in your right hand. Imagine you're being lifted up by that left arm. One more breath. You're going to come back to plank, bring that right knee forward and step it through. You're back in a runner's lunge. So take a moment, find your alignment here. We're going to rise up, crescent pose. So you might want a little bend in the knee. We're going to bend it in a moment anyways. But your pinkies, rotate them in. That helps soften the shoulders down the back. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to hover your left knee and open your heart. Goal post the arms. Inhale, reach up, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend and open the heart. Two more just like that with your breath. We're going to meet in crescent pose on your next inhale. As you exhale, right arm back, left arm forward. You can gaze back toward the right hand if you feel comfortable. Challenge your balance, why not? Look forward, right hand to your back thigh. Inhale, reach up and back. Exalted warrior, one more breath. As you exhale, left hand down, right arm up. Twist again, we were just here. Spin your heart open a little bit more. Hi. Big inhale. As you exhale, reach your arm over your ear, get long. One more big inhale. Right hand down, step back. Take a vinyasa. Pausing in down dog when you get there. Inhale your left leg straight back behind you. As you exhale, left knee, left tricep. Hold it here. Either just hold the knee there, bend your elbows, maybe find your arm balance, reaching forward and back with the legs. Come back to center, send that leg up high. The right tricep. So you can hold it here. Vashisthasana, you can take an arm balance or stick through, or if you're like Jay Hung, you're gonna float your leg to get a little more core work. So do what works for you. One more breath. Right hand down. Bring that left knee to your nose and pause. Step the foot through. Take your time, find your lunge. Left knee over ankle. When you're ready, rise up, crescent pose. Settle in here, shoulders slide down your back. Pinkies rotate in toward the midline. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, bend your knee, open your heart. 3 more with your breath. Your inhale, you straighten the leg, reach up. Exhale, open. Now that left knee stays bent the whole time. Just the right leg straightens and bends. One more. We'll meet in crescent pose. Big inhale and crescent. As you exhale, left arm back, right arm forward. Really reach back through your left hand. Look forward at your right hand. Bring your left hand to the back thigh. Exalted warrior, reach up and back. Gaze up. One more big inhale. Right hand down, left arm up. Take that twist. That left knee draws in. Your left arm is reaching up to the sky. Send that left arm over your ear. Get long in the side body. Good. One more big inhale. Left hand down. Step back. Take a vinyasa. Kelly, I see you. Good morning. Make your way to downward facing dog and pause. Couple deep breaths here. Shake your head out, yes and no. So now we're gonna have a little fun. Your warm-up is officially done. On your next inhale, reach your right leg up behind you. As you exhale, right knee to right tricep. Pause for a couple of breaths. Take your choice here. You can just stay there. It's great core strength right here. Inhale the right leg up behind you. As you exhale, cross it over to the left tricep. Find an option that feels good at this very moment and stay here for a few breaths. One more breath. You're gonna bring your right knee to your nose and plant your foot, setting up for crescent pose. On your next inhale, rise up. Okay, so we're gonna challenge your brain this morning. We're gonna put these two poses together. So you're gonna inhale and crescent, and then as you exhale, bend your knee and take a twist. So we're not opening your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hover the knee and find a twist. Two more just like that. Inhale, reach up, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend the left knee, take your twist. One more. Stay right here in your twist. Inhale, exalted warrior, reach up and back. You can modify by dropping your left knee. We're gonna open into warrior. Just open the other way. Your right ankle should be in line with your left foot. You're in a warrior two. So check your alignment. Mine's a little wonky. Your right heel should be in line with your left arch. You're sinking in your right knee. Ideally, your knee is over the ankle. The right toes, spread them out on your mat. Make sure you're not hugging the mat with your toes. And then energetically reach through all 10 fingers. Soft gaze over your right hand. Good time to come back to your intention. Keeping your legs exactly as they are. All you're going to change is your arms. Reverse your warrior. Reach up and back. And side angle pose. Forearm to thigh. Left arm up to the sky. So I want you to use this forearm not to dump the weight, but to press your thigh away from you. Maybe arm over the ear. Maybe a half or a full wrap. We're going to come back to warrior two. Resist temptation to straighten that leg. Bring your awareness to your breath. Find strength in your breath. If your right leg is like yelling at you right now, which mine is doing, hug muscles in from somewhere else. Maybe it's your biceps and triceps. Maybe it's your left leg quadricep. Engage it, lift the knee. Give your right leg some help. And then find your breath and hone in on it. One more breath, that's it. And straighten your right leg. Reverse your triangle. Reach up and back. Put some energy in your right big toe. Press down in it. And then come on up. Keep pressing into your right big toe. Find your Trikonasana triangle pose. Right hand down, left arm up. Maybe arm over the ear. Maybe a half wrap behind your back. Maybe you float your right arm for a little more core work. We're gonna come back to warrior two. Okay, so we're gonna be going into half moon pose. So before we go there, I want you to try floating into half moon pose. We're not going to clunkily like step forward. Find lightness in your pose, and you want your block or your paper towel roll to the slight diagonal of your right pinky toe, about 12 inches in front of you. Reach forward, maybe left hand on your hip as you lift that leg, flex the left toes. Maybe you don't even need your block because you're so energized through that left hand and your left leg. So you're going to want to energize your left fingers and flex your left toes like crazy. So you really energize that back leg, and then spin your heart open. You're trying to align your left hip open over your right, your left shoulder over your right. Couple more breaths right here. Don't go away. Keep that leg extended. So we're going to come to warrior 3. Now you can modify this by bringing your other hand down on a block, and your left leg is actively reaching back. Hard, you're going to come up. See if you can float that knee up in front of you. Now from here, I want you to either grab the left knee with your left hand, or peace fingers, grab the big toe and you straighten your left leg. You're grounding in your right foot, maybe right hand on your hip, or you can extend the arm. We're going to take the leg to the side. Keep your spine tall. You're grounding in your right foot, reaching up to the crown of the head. Slowly bring your leg back to center. We're going to take a twist from here. So either right hand to the outside of the knee, or your leg is extended and your right hand grabs the outside of your left foot. And then I want you to challenge yourself to look back at your left hand. And if you're not looking back, ask yourself, why am I not looking back? What am I afraid of? I'm by myself. So what if I fall? It's just a yoga pose. That's it. Don't beat yourself up. If this day is not a good day for balance, we all have those days. Okay, we're going to just bring the gaze forward. You're still twisted. Just you're going to look forward. This left leg now is going to go back. You're going to find revolved half moon. Left hand comes on your block, and I want you to reach back through your left foot, flex your toes. Right hand's going to come to your hips, and I want you to feel, are my hips even? And if they're not, make adjustments. You might, like right now, I need to draw my right hip back, left hip forward, and then take your revolved half moon or Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. When you're in this pose, your left foot is energized. Reach it back like you're pressing into a wall, and then reach up with that right hand. Spin your heart open and breathe. Find expansion between your left hand and your right hand. If you're thinking to yourself, this pose is so hard, it is, you're right. But find your breath, find peace in this pose. It's there. One more big inhale. As you exhale, your right hand comes down. Yes, your left leg's going up, standing split. And you're so happy about it. Just breathe into it. One more breath. Release your left foot down. Let that go. Shake your legs out. Shake your head out, yes and no. From here, I want you to take your peace fingers now around your big toes. Feet are about hip-width distance apart. If you cannot touch your toes, bend your knees and magically you'll be able to touch your toes. From there, inhale, look forward, get long in your spine. As you exhale, bend your elbows and fold over your thighs. So let's bend the knees a bit here. Get your thighs and chest to touch. And then from there, work towards straightening the legs. You do not have to have straight legs in this pose to be feeling a sensation in this pose. Unless you have uber flexible hamstrings, which I know some of you in this class do have that. I've seen it. Allow your head to be heavy, sitting bones going up to the sky. Relax your head a little more. Raj, allow the crown of your head down toward the floor. Let it go. Carefully release your toes. You're going to bring your feet together and find chair pose. Come on back, Utkatasana. We're going to shift onto the balls of your feet. Lift your heels. Exhale, release the heels, sweep back. One more time, just like that. Can you drop your hips a little more as you lift your heels a little higher? Exhale, sweep back. Come on back into chair with or without the heels lifted. We're going to rise to standing slowly. If your heels are lifted, really reach them up. Release your heels down, right hand down, left arm over your ear. Inhale, both arms reach up, look up. Exhale, take it the other way. Inhale, both arms reach up. Goal post your arms, find a nice back bend. Let's do 2 more just like that, adding a lion's breath. Inhale, reach up. Lion's breath, you stick your tongue out, say ha. 1 more just like that. Be noisy. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana halfway. As you exhale, plant your hands, make your way back through a vinyasa, or maybe you just go to down dog. If you need a break, child's pose is always available for you. Honor your body. Inhale, the left leg up behind you. As you exhale, left knee, left tricep, hold, pick your choice here. On your next inhale, send the leg up and back. Over, pick your pleasure here. You might just hold it. Maybe you want to back off and drop your shin. Maybe you want falling star. I love falling star. I think it feels so good. Really lift that right hip. 1 more breath. As you exhale, your hand comes down, your knee comes to your nose, and pause. Can you bring your knee and nose closer together? Round your upper spine. Look forward, plant your foot, find your runner's lunge. When you're ready, rise up, crescent pose, Anjaneyasana. Okay, so what we did here, just to remind you, we're gonna bend the knee and take a twist at the same time. So on your next inhale, reach up. As you exhale, hover your right knee, take a twist. Inhale, back to crescent. Exhale, bend and twist. 2 more on your own. We're gonna hold the twist, but I want you to either drop your right knee or straighten it, and then take exalted warrior. Left hand to the back thigh, right arm reaches up and back. You should feel a nice side body stretch on that right side. 1 more big inhale. As you exhale, spin your right foot flat, warrior 2. And then check your feet. Left toe straight forward. Left heel is in line with your right foot. Relax the toes in both feet. Extend through your arms. Soften your shoulders and focus on your breath. As you're focusing on your breath, can you dive a little deeper in your left knee? Keep everything in the legs as they are. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up and back. Side angle pose, come forward, left forearm to the thigh, right arm up to the sky. So options, maybe arm over the ear, maybe a half or full wrap. If you've got a block or paper towels, you can do it on its side, any height you like, as long as your heart is expanded. If you're putting your hand on the floor of the block and you're looking like this in your side angle pose, that's not where you want to be. You want your shoulder to open. Your heart should feel expanded here. So on your next inhale, come on back to warrior 2 and tap into your strength. Tell yourself, I am strong. Couple more breaths right here. Remember, call in for help if you need it from other muscles in your body. When one muscle starts to fatigue, we start to focus there. So use your muscle somewhere else. Fire up your right quadricep, fire up your biceps and triceps. Straighten your left leg, press into your left big toe. Inhale, reverse your triangle. On your next inhale, come on up, reach forward, triangle pose, left hand down, right arm up. Now, just like in side angle pose, your right shoulder is opening over the left. You're not coming forward in front of your body. Find that back body. Find that imaginary wall behind you. Once you have that, then decide, what do I want to do with my arms that won't sacrifice my pose? Keep that alignment. Couple more breaths here. We're going to come back to warrior two. So spread those wings. So remember, the word you're focusing on is floating into half moon pose. So make sure your blocks are set up. Maybe you start with the right hand on your hip. You're going to start to reach forward for that left block. Energize your right leg. Your toes are flexed toward your right arm is going to reach up. Energy in that right hand. Maybe your left fingers just float off your block. You should feel light and lifted in this pose. See if you can peel your right hip open a little bit more. Challenge your balance, gaze up. If you fall, just fall and come back. One more big breath here. And we're gonna come in warrior three. So if you wanna use your blocks, two hands on your blocks, stand them up tall, or maybe hands at the heart. We're pressing down in your left foot. You're gonna rise up on that left leg. Right knee's gonna lift, and you're gonna give the knee a lift. So starting here, either right hand on the knee or right finger or right peace fingers to your big toe, and you work towards straightening that leg. The trick in these postures as we're balancing here is spreading the left toes and pressing down in your left foot to rise up through the crown of your head. So your spine should feel straight and lengthened. So left hand either at your hip or extended out. You're going to take your right leg to the right. And then maybe you look over your left shoulder. What are you afraid of? Go for it. Maybe there's something really awesome waiting for you over your left shoulder. You'll never know unless you look. Bring your legs slowly back to center, your gaze forward. Now you're going to take your twist. So left hand to the outside of the right knee, right arm back. Or if your leg is extended, your left hand to the outside of your right foot. And then you reach back and then challenge your balance to look back. Why the heck not? Couple more breaths here. You guys look amazing. Awesome, Jill. Couple more breaths. So coming out of this, the trick to not falling is go slow. Slowly bring your gaze forward. And you're going to send your your right leg back and find revolved Ardha Chandrasana. So you have to supercharge your right leg. Your left hand comes to your low back. Feel it, make sure it's even, adjust as you need to. Then the left arm goes up and then your gaze follows. Then once you have your balance, put more energy reaching back through your right foot, spinning your heart open. The left hand reaches up. Couple more breaths here. Find your strength right here. On your next exhale, left hand down, right leg up, standing split. Yes, you can. You did it on the other side. One more breath. Release your right foot next to your left and fold. Let it all go. Shake your head out, yes and no. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Please toe heel your feet one time apart from each other. So this time, if you want to look forward, I'm going to have you take your arms behind you. So you're going to bend your knees, bring your hands behind you. Your right hand is going to come on the top of your left leg and your left hand to the front of your right leg. So right now your chest is on your thighs. Work towards straightening your legs. It's probably not going to happen. Who cares? But you're getting a super deep hamstring stretch. So you're sending your hip bones up. Your head is relaxing down. If you don't like this variation, you can come back to the grabbing the big toes or Padahastasana, sliding the hands under the feet. This one's a little deeper. 2 more breaths. Carefully release your hands. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back to chair pose. So bring those feet together. So you can choose here, hold your chair. You can take a crow pose, or you can come with me and we're going to take a twist. So hands to the heart if you're coming with me. Bring your Left elbow to the outside of the right knee for a twist. There is an arm balance here. If you want to take side crow, bringing those hands down. The trick is lining up your hands and then just bending the elbows, lifting the feet, or you're staying in your prayer twist, or you're staying in chair. If you're with me, come back to center. If you need to straighten your legs, straighten them. Otherwise, go right to the other side. We'll meet you there. Same options here, side crow if you want it. You can open your arms, but if your hand touches the floor, it's truthfully making it easier for you. So just challenge yourself. Keep your hands at your heart. With only 2 points of contact on the floor, it's a little more challenging than 3. One more breath. Come back to center. Reach your arms up. Smile at your strength. This is hard. You guys are doing amazing. Imagine how good it's going to feel like right now. Straighten your legs and fold. Let that go. Shake your head out. Jiggle your legs out. Bend your knees a little bit and just roll up to standing. No more chair, I promise. Take your time. Head and shoulders are the last thing to come up. Find mountain pose, Tadasana. Maybe your feet are a little wider. Arms at your sides, shoulders slide down the back. Close your eyes. Bring one hand on your belly, one on your heart, and just connect with your breath for a moment. Come back to your intention. Send some love somewhere to a mother, a friend, someone next to you, someone in your household. Just share some love today. Bring your arms back at your side. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. We're going to make our way to down dog. So if you just want to step back, go ahead and step back. Otherwise, you can take a vinyasa and meet us in downward facing dog. So we're going to come into pigeon pose. If you know your knees don't like pigeon, you can make your way onto your back and take a figure 4. Otherwise, take your right shin forward and then come down onto your left thigh. So a couple things here. First, look back at your left leg. You want it straight back behind you. If you notice, if you bring your hands up, if you're falling to the right, grab your block or your paper towels and just shove it under this right cheek. And then look at your leg. If you always have your right heel by your left hip, play with maybe bringing it a little more forward. That's going to go deeper in your hip, only if your hips allow and your knee allows. And then from there, come on down. You can always grab your block to rest your forehead on it. You don't have to strain to come to the floor. There's no need to put strain in your neck. And then just focus on your breath. Find a comfortable count, maybe 4, 5, or 6, and have your exhales match that. And then slowly walk your hands up. So all we're going to do from here, I want you to kind of shift to your right hip, take your left leg all the way up and around. So this left foot is going to come ideally to the outside of your right hip. And then take your right foot and kind of tuck it back. So from the front, it looks like this. If this isn't available to you, you can just have your foot on the inside. You don't have to bring it all the way around. And then I want you to sit up tall, grab your left knee, big inhale, sit up tall, bring your left hand behind you. And then inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. As you exhale, either hand to the outside of the left knee, or a deeper twist would be your elbow to the outside of the knee. And we're gonna look back over your left shoulder. Now you're on the fingertips of your left hand, but your shoulder is sliding down the back. Use your inhales to elongate the spine. Use your exhales to twist a little deeper. On your next inhale, bring your gaze forward. Bring your hands to the outside of your right hip and just kind of lean into the right side. And then come on up. We're now going to take your left leg straight forward. Right foot's going to come into your inner thigh like a tree pose. And I want you to grab the left thigh and kind of roll it in towards the bottom of your right foot. So you're grounding your left sitting bone down. Flex your left toes towards your face. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. You're going to exhale, find a little twist, and then reach. And then take another inhale. Can you grow longer in the spine as you reach beyond your foot? And then exhale, wherever your hands land is fine. So maybe you grab your shin or your ankle. Maybe you have a strap or a towel. You put it around your foot. Maybe you have a lot of flexibility. You grab 1 or 2 blocks, make your leg a little longer so you have more to reach for. Your inhales lengthen your spine. Your exhales bring your chest a little closer. And then on your next inhale, come on up. So if you like taking vinyasas between sides, you can do that. I'm not going to. We're going to come into pigeon on the left side. So either make your way on your back and your left leg would come into a figure 4, or just bring your left shin in front and send your right leg back behind you. So if you're in down dog, you're going to bring that left shin forward, and then don't rush right into your pigeon. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Check your right leg. It should be straight back behind you. And then again, if you're falling to your left side, you're going to put a block or a paper towel roll under your left cheek. And then this left foot, if it's back towards your right hip, can you move it forward even an inch, just a little bit? Keep the foot flexed, and then find your pigeon with or without a block for support. You can always play with the different heights. Your paper towel roll also has different heights. And then focus on your breath. Slow inhales, 4, 5, or 6 counts. Have your exhales match that. One more breath here. And then slowly walk your hands up. You're going to shift your weight to your left side. Swing your right leg up and over that left knee if that's available to you. And it's fine. You're going to want to nudge your left knee to the right a little bit so you can tuck that foot underneath you. Remember, you can have the foot on the inside of the left shin if that's better for you. And then inhale, sit up super tall. I like to lace my fingers around the knee to give me something to lift. Then the right fingertips come behind me. Inhale, reach your left arm up to the sky and either hand to the outside of the knee and twist, or elbow and press the elbow into the knee for a deeper twist. So do what feels right in your body on this side. Ideally, yes, we want to mirror from side to side to find that balance in our bodies, but it doesn't always work that way. So honor your body. Your exhales are when you twist a little more. Inhales, your spine grow tall. Exhale one more time. Just your gaze is going to come forward, and then bring your hands to the left and just kind of lean over to the left. And then come on up. We're going to take your right leg out and your left foot into your inner thigh, like a tree pose, and then grab your right thigh and roll it in. Inhale, reach your arms up. Find a little twist, and then reach and fold. Jen, I know you're leaving soon for a meeting, so have a good day today. Use your inhales to elongate your spine, and your exhales to fold closer towards your thigh. These forward folds are very calming for your central nervous system. So if you're experiencing any stress in your life, maybe just a little bit going on right now, these poses are great to remember to include in your daily life. It doesn't have to just be on your yoga mat. Slowly walk your hands up. We're going to draw your knees in. If you have a block or paper towel, just grab one. We're going to slowly make our way onto our back. So hang on to the backs of your thighs and slowly come on down to the floor. Release your feet down to the mat. So we're going to step back up for bridge. We did this at the very beginning of our practice. Should feel different. Walk your feet toward you. Press down in your feet. Lift your hips. Raj, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but there's these beautiful birds flying in the sky right now, all in a beautiful formation. 2 more breaths right now. Press down in your feet, lift your hips, draw your thighs together. 1 more breath. Slowly curl your spine down to the earth. Resist temptation to draw your knees in. Just take a break for a moment. We're going to do 1 more back bend. I'm going to let you choose what you want to do. If you want to back off, grab your block and you can just slide it right underneath you. Maybe you want to come into full wheel, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Feel free to come there or find a bridge, maybe lacing your fingers underneath you. I'm going to use my block. So when you're ready, press down in your feet. Find your bridge that feels desirable for you at this moment in your practice. Not what you did last time you did a yoga practice, but what feels good right now. One more breath. Press a little more into your feet. Lift your hips. If you're using a block like I am, remove the block and slowly curl your spine down to the earth. 1 hand on each knee. Draw the knees in. Let your hips lift a little and just gently rock from side to side. Let's find a happy baby. Grabbing the outer edges of your feet, knees draw down toward the floor and gently rock from side to side. And then draw your right knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze. Just squeeze it in. We're going to do the same thing on the left side just to release that hip a little bit more. So we're going to do 1 more pose, which is an inversion. So if you know you want to take a headstand or a handstand or a forearm balance, feel free. I like to teach this with a block. If you don't have a block, I'd recommend you just take your legs up like this. If you have a safe shoulder stand, you can go there. Otherwise, lift your hips, slide that block underneath you. So you're in a supported bridge, and then the legs go up to the sky. And you just get to take some deep breaths here, allowing gravity to do its magic here, reversing the flow of circulation. This is another calming pose. Remember this one. You can do this against a wall. If you can't fall asleep in the middle of the night, try this against the wall. Morning, you might fall asleep. If you're in a full shoulder stand, maybe make your way to plow. If you're with me, just stay here. If you're in plow, you can start to slowly lower onto your spine. If you're with me, safely bring 1 foot down at a time to the mat. Pressing both feet into the floor, lift your hips, remove the block, and slowly lower to your spine. Grab your right knee. You're going to hug it in just like we did before, and then let your left leg extend on the mat. With your left hand, I want you to guide your knee across your body for a twist, looking over your right extended arm. Should feel good. Come back to center and just switch it up. Hug your left knee in, right leg long, and then guide that knee across your body, looking over your left shoulder. Taking some deep breaths here. And this is always where I ask my Equinox students if they want a eucalyptus towel. So pretend I'm getting you one. Maybe you have one at home that you created with some eucalyptus oil. Come on back to center. Draw both knees into your chest. Lift your nose towards your knees, curl up like a little ball. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, let everything go into Shavasana, letting your legs be wide, allowing your feet to flop open, arms at your sides. Maybe roll, kind of tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. It'll lift your chest a little. Allow your shoulder blades to slide down your back. Together, take a big inhale through your nose. Just fill up with breath. Open your mouth, sigh it out, and just let it go into Shavasana. I will guide you out of this. Take these few moments to just allow the benefits of all of our yoga poses today to just work their magic. Let go of controlling the breath. With each exhale, allowing your body to dissolve a little deeper into the mat. Unclench your jaw. Relax your fingers. Moving your shoulder blades and shoulders away from your ears. Slowly begin to bring some awareness back to the body. Wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. On your next inhale, head onto the floor for one final stretch from your fingertips down your spine all the way to your toes. And as you exhale, draw your knees into your chest. Walking from there, allowing your knees to gently fall to the right. And when you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seated position. I tried to unmute you guys, but some of you, I think, muted yourself. So feel free to unmute yourself. Bring your hands together at your hearts. Close the eyes. Take a moment to come back to your intention. And together, let's take a big inhale through your nose. Fill up with breath. And an open mouth sigh. Say the word ah. Ah. Let that go. Let's do that again. Big inhale through the nose. Fill up. Open your mouth and let that go. Ah. Thank you all so much for joining me here this morning. I miss you all, so I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to connect with each of you. And may the sun always shine through your hearts, into your smile, and warm your soul. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Happy Mama's Day. You're welcome.
You.
Welcome, you too.
Thank you, Allie.
You
Love
too.
you lots. Happy
Yeah.
Mother's Day, everybody.
Right back at you. Happy Mother's
Yes,
Day.
happy Mother's Day. Love you, and hope to see you soon.
Me
Bye,
too.
thank you.
Believe me.
Although I have to say that if we keep